Hey everyone, it's your friendly gaming aficionado, Moooniz here, and today's video is going to be a bit different. As you can see, this is not Counter-Strike 2, but this is Rainbow Six Siege. If you know the game, it's a tactical FPS shooter, and like CS2, it has in-game purchases. The difference is, CS2 always had a real monetary value in real life, meaning that skins in-game has a real-world value and you can sell them and gain actual money. Rainbow Six Siege only had skins, but it's in-game currency. You pay with real money, but you cannot get that money back. Sort of like Valorant. I got access to the marketplace beta, and 3 days ago, it was out of beta, meaning that every player in-game above level 20 can access the marketplace. Now, I wanted to cover this marketplace because it's kind of interesting. It doesn't work like CS2. CS2, you have Steam Market or other marketplaces like Skinport, D-Market, and others that I, for some reason, cannot remember. And you also have trading sites like Skins Monkey. You can use these sites by paying or depositing money and then buying your skins. And if you want to sell those skins later down the line, you can just sell them back to the site to other people and get your monetary either by site credit or by actual money. This marketplace works a little bit differently because this site is only via the in-game currency. Now, what does that mean? That means that you cannot get the money back to your wallet or to your Visa card, PayPal balance, whatever you use, but you can get the money back into your game. So it's not really an investing in terms of getting your money back, but I do think it's investing in terms of saving you money down the line. If you play Rainbow Six Siege and you do enjoy the game and want to spend money on it, you're more likely to spend less if you know how to handle the marketplace. So now that the market is actually out of the beta, all you need to do to access this marketplace is to be level 20 in Rainbow Six Siege and then go to the site Rainbow Six Marketplace. You don't need to copy that exact link. Just go to Google and type R6 Marketplace, then the first link, and it's right here. You'll need to log in into your Ubisoft account, which you play the game through. And here I'm already logged in. And it's currently via web browser, so you can access through phone, iPad, tablet, whatever. You don't require to have the game open. You don't need to access it via the game. You can just open a web browser and access the marketplace. Currently, I'm not aware of any sales or any type of form of discounts or bundles or anything else. It's only the marketplace and the community itself dictating prices via supply and demand. So as you can see, this item specifically has 16,000 sale orders, but 0 purchase orders. It's the lowest price possible, which is 120 R6 points. You cannot list an item below 120 R6 points, and the maximum is 150,000. Here you can see that people only listed it up to 35,000, and more or less most of the skins are up to 150,000 because people want to maybe catch someone by mistake, like people do in CS2 with the Steam Market, where people come back after years of not playing the game and selling a knife that costs 20,000 or 12,000. So it's the same thing. Right now, there's not much feedback on the market itself because it's been only 3 to 4 days. Now, let's go over what the market actually is. You have the homepage where you can actually filter by weapon skins, headgear, uniform, attachment skins, and etc. You have some recommended items, which I guess go by buy orders numbers and popularity, because Black Ice is quite a popular skin. Then you have the buy page, where you can actually search by name. You can filter by type, rarity, season, operator, whatever you may want. You can filter it over here. Then you can sell. This is your inventory essentially in game. Now you won't find every single item you own because not every single item is sellable. And then you have your transactions. You have active and history. That means that history is already completed orders or canceled orders that are no longer active, purchase orders, sale orders. And then you have the active, which means active purchase. This is charm that costs 150,000. I just put 150 just for the sake of it. And it's active purchase because it's not been bought yet. I didn't buy it yet. So let's talk items available. If you want to catch high quality items, you do need to be quite familiar with Rainbow Six itself as a game, skins, etc. And you do need to be aware of this little tag right here. This is the actual year and season of that item when it was released. Meaning that this item was introduced at year 5, season 1. This item, the Black Ice, was introduced in year 1, season 1, etc. Now, there are a few items that are extremely expensive because like CSGO, CS2 now, you have skins that will never come back. Meaning that for Rainbow Six Siege, you have the Glacier. It was introduced in Year 1, Season 1, and it will never come back again. You cannot unpack it, you cannot obtain it in any way, shape, or form, but now you can. And that is why you see those extremely high prices. 18,000, 61,000, which I think is the equivalent of $400 to $500. So the market here is not as expensive like CS2, but you need to remember that you cannot regain that money in the real world. It's just going to stay in your inventory or give you enough balance to actually buy what you need without depositing more money into the game. You can buy elite skins with it, you can buy other skins with it, you can buy whatever bundles you may want, but you cannot withdraw that money back to your wallet or credit card. Let's look at this item. This item calls the Cheesin' One. Okay, regardless of whether you know the operator, you know the skin, whatever, let's just talk prices, okay? As you can see, I created 2 orders, sale order and a purchase order. I sold this item because I already had it for 400 R6 points. I sold this item for 400 R6 points and I got 360 back because they take 10% fee. Now, I earned, because I already had this item, I unpacked it from an alpha pack. If I want to buy it right now, it's for Mozzie, and right now the last sold, it was sold at 360 and the current price range is 355. This is the most expensive price range. This is the least amount. That's the very minimum you need to pay. Now, I cannot purchase this because I already own it, but if you would like to purchase it right now, you'll need to pay 355 R6 points. As you can see, there are more sellers than buyers, which means that probably the price will go down going forward. If we look at the transactions, I bought it at the same day at 260. So as you can see, after getting the 360, I knew that the price will eventually go down. And this is not an item I need right now, so I played the long game and I lowballed the offer. I think the offer was around 390 when I placed my order, and I placed it on 260. At the same day, someone listed it at 255, meaning that I bought it 5 R6 points less than what I planned to, which is great, meaning that I got 105 points just by kind of flipping it. Now, the reason I sell first and buy later is because when you buy something, you have 15 days you cannot sell it. So they're not like Counter-Strike at the beginning where you could just flip 6 times the same item again and again and again, or own multiple items. You can only own 1 per item. I bought a few skins that I plan on selling at the later date because the market is still very, very new and we don't know a lot about it. But the very example for this specific item, you also have graphs now, by the way, because in the beta you didn't have graphs, which makes it a lot easier to actually track an item you actually want. This was just a demonstration because that item, I don't really need it. I don't play Mozzie. This was just to test the actual reliability of the market. So right now it costs 365. I don't remember if that was the price before, but you have 313 sale orders and 158 purchase orders. We cannot see what the prices, like Steam Market, we cannot see the actual prices that people want to actually buy or sell the item. You just get a range, so you get the very first amount, at least you need to pay, and the very max, which is 150,000. I believe it's the max amount you can list an item for. So what you want to do if you're playing Rainbow Six Siege and you don't want to deposit a lot of money into the game, first of all, you had a lot of time to play and you probably have some valuable items. They may not be 300, 500, 600, 700, but at least if they're above 120, you can kind of work around it and play with it. What you want to do is find an item that has a lot more sale orders than buy orders, because when an item has a lot more buy orders than sell orders, that means the price will likely go up. You want to find an item that you own, or at least you plan to buy and sell at a later date, and sell it. Don't actually sell it at the very range it's currently selling. Okay, let's go back for this specific item. You can see it was sold at around of average of 340, 350, and then it went down to 260. So you know the price could have been 260. Then it went back up to 350, 310, around the 300 mark, and then it dropped to 232. Now I actually sold it one day later, which is today. I sold it after the rise from 232 all the way up to 325. That's why I put an order for 360, because I knew that this specific item can rise back to 352, 360, because a lot of people are not buying it. I tried my luck and I said, okay, it was 352. That's pretty high. because as you can see, it does sell at that price, which meaning it's not overpricing it. So I sold it at 360, and I gave it like a day and it actually sold. I think it sold in 2 days. As soon as it sold, I went to the item itself and saw the status. If you have less purchase orders, that means people need to start dropping the price because no one's buying. All of these orders, if they were up to price, they would actually go down because people would have bought the item. But if you have more sellers, that means they're selling it for a much higher price than people are willing to buy. So I placed an order for 250 because I saw that the average price on one day was actually 232. I didn't want to go that low. I wanted to make at least 100 R6 points because that's kind of significant for one singular item. So I listed it for 260, meaning I would make exactly 100 because I sold for 400 and I got 360. I'm talking in prices that I actually own, because if I said I sold it for 400, that's not quite true because I didn't get 400 R6 points back. So I got 360 and I wanted to make at least 100 R6 points. I sold it for 260. I anticipated the price would go down and someone sold it for 255. Which means I made 105 R6 points. That's kind of the gist of the market. That's what you want to do if you want to make R6 points very, very quickly. But it does require some research and some history tracking of that item specifically. There are a lot of videos about tips and tricks or whatever, but I'm not going to teach you any of the tips shown because I don't know if they work yet. Because like I showed you, this specific transaction is not really a tips and tricks. It's very, very basic to do. It's very reliable and you're not losing a lot. Firstly, you need to sell and then you buy. So you don't buy and then you kind of stuck with it or sell for a loss. So if you own an item that you don't need, you can try this method with no actual risk. The market hasn't been out for enough time yet for me to actually judge tips and tricks and actually recommend it for you guys. So this specific hack or trick or method, however you want to call it, is very, very basic. And you can try it as soon as you find an item that suits the criteria here. In terms of items that have potential and growing in price, I don't think black ice. I hear a lot of people saying black ice, black ice, black ice. I don't think black ice will go up in price. That's what I've heard from quite a lot of videos. Black ice, because you can open them from alpha packs, and I do believe Bravo packs, although I may be wrong, but alpha packs definitely. I won't recommend investing. If you want to buy it for yourself, it's 120. You can see no one's actually buying most of them. So you can definitely get your favorite black ice and play with it. But in terms of, let's say, popular weapons like the 416, I think it's for Jaeger, if I'm not mistaken, and the R4-C, which is for Ash. I believe it's this one. No, it's not. Let me find it. You can just filter by typing and you can very, very easily get to your weapon. There it is, the R4-C. So you can see the popular weapons will generally be more expensive. As you can see, there is a lot more purchase orders than sale orders. So you can try and kind of read the graph, kind of like the Steam market itself, and make your prediction based on that. I wouldn't recommend it yet. I don't think the market has been out for enough time for people to kind of settle the price. It's very, very new and people still don't know what to do. So let's talk the very, very basics. How would you actually obtain an item? Let's say I want this Abyssal Grid for Vigil. As you can see, I don't own this item and I can actually purchase one. It says place order because it works on orders like the Steam market. But if you reach the exact amount people are selling it for, it would be an instant order, meaning that you'll purchase it right away. So let's say you can see the graph has been completely flat, 120. I don't think I can even place an order for below. Yeah, you can only place 120 to 35. If I would have placed an order for 120, specifically, I don't want that skin. If I write here 120 and click place order and confirm it, it would instantly buy it for me and I would see it in the transactions over here as a complete purchase order. Now, currently as the market is, you can only have 20 completed sale orders and purchased orders and only 5 active purchase and active sales. I don't know exactly why the limit is so low, because if you want to flip things, I believe that's why, because they want to kind of prevent people flipping their items so quickly or flipping multiple items at the same day, at the same time. If you actually sell and buy 20 items, you are no longer able to do that for 24 hours. And each independent transaction has its own 24 hours. What I mean by that, it's not when the clock hits 12, every single transaction is reset and you can complete another 20. No, when you make a transaction, the 24-hour timer starts, and then after 24 hours, you can make another transaction. Meaning that if I made 20 transactions, but I made my first one 23 hours ago, in another hour, I can make one more transaction. It will go down to 19 out of 20. That's how it works. I don't know of any future plans. I didn't actually find anything announced or planned. They do say that new items will be added on a seasonal basis, and item availability, as I said, is subject to change. So meaning they can just decide that this item is no longer available in the market and it's just that, or that they can add items that are not currently available in the market, just add them back to the market. It's their decision basically. So let's summarize the entire marketplace. You can buy, sell, and view your transactions. You can buy only skins that are available for R6 points. You cannot withdraw that money unless you want to do something against the TOS of Ubisoft, which means selling an account for a fixed price. You can place orders by clicking the item and creating a buy order here. This is the lowest price it's currently available for. This is the price it was last sold at. And you have a graph for each individual item for 30-day price history. Currently, I don't think there is a way to extend that graph for not monthly but yearly, because obviously it hasn't been 30 days yet. This is for the beta itself, I believe. The 25th, the market went out of beta. As you can see, the price dropped. A lot more people got access to the marketplace itself. And here you can view your transactions and your history, which is active transactions are not yet completed. You can edit your order here, cancel it, or update the price. And here in the history, you can view your completed purchase, sale, and canceled orders. And that's about it. If you play Rainbow Six Siege and you want me to kind of go over tips and tricks in the following weeks after we kind of substantial the market status, please let me know in the comments. And yeah, it's kind of fun to actually see other games other than CS2 getting into marketplaces. As we mentioned, the current balance is only with R6 points, where you can buy with actual money, but you cannot withdraw to your bank account or PayPal. It's stuck with in-game currency. But who knows, maybe they'll change it. Maybe they'll make items tradable. Maybe they'll kind of go into that marketplace when you can actually exchange monetary real world value. It's a good step for Siege, in my opinion, that you can actually buy and purchase and actually sell items you don't need, because personally, I have a lot of items I don't want or need. I have a lot of pages of things I unpacked in alpha packs where I don't even use, and I can sell them for 120 and get a lot of R6 points back to actually buy something I do want. So I do think it's the right direction. I don't know if they'll kind of dip their toes in trading. I don't know if they'll get into it. I do think that CS2 will be the only market that kind of succeeded to that amount in that area, because not only CS2 skins have a lot of variety to them, like floats, patterns. Every single skin is unique. This skin, if you own this skin and I own this skin, we have the exact same skin. There's nothing different, nothing unique to it, just plain and simple. But if you own a skin in CS2 and I own a skin in CS2, we have different float, different pattern. Maybe mine is rarer than yours. Maybe I have stickers on mine. So yeah, it's a whole nother depth to the marketplace. But you know, the game is here for what, 9 years? They can always improve and change. And even the fact they went into the marketplace, it's a big step in the right direction, in my opinion. And this video is being too long for what I'm saying, so I'll end it right here. If you want to hear about more marketplaces and you want me to kind of explore other marketplaces for other games, please let me know in the comments. And if you enjoy this kind of style of video, me exploring other marketplaces other than CS2, because frankly, CS2 has nothing to upload. Let's be frank for a second. 2 new maps for competitive, not even premiere, no operation, nothing new, nothing to monetize, nothing new in terms of trading, marketplaces, prices, anything interesting other than pure gambling, opening cases, getting into gambling sites. That's not really the content I want to focus on. So when hearing about new marketplaces, new things to actually explore and talk about, it's gonna gain my interest. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed, please leave a like and subscribe. And as always, play smart, invest smarter. This is Moooniz, signing off.